Okay.
Okay.
So, tell me in general, Club Prior, what is it, what you do here? You just look right at me.
Club Prior is a resource center and an activity center for all ages, but we primarily serve those that are 55 plus in several different activities and trips and ongoing educational resources and enrichment activities and so on, special events, great community events that we run. So that's what Club Prior is all about. It's open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3 days a week from 9 to 3. And there's several different opportunities and different ways that people can get involved as well, just in a volunteering stage. So,
how long has it been around?
This center has been around now 12 years. So we just celebrated the 10-year anniversary back in 2018. So, yeah.
So tell me about the new Memory Cafe.
Memory Cafe. Well, the history of Memory Cafe started back in 1997. And it was a way to break through some of the stigma associated with dementia and the various forms of dementia. And dementia just simply wasn't discussed at that time. And those living with the disease and their caregivers were suffering as a result. And somebody saw that as said, hey, you know, we need some sort of a support group for, you know, this cluster of people. And actually, it didn't happen here in the States. This was over in Europe at the time. And so, while Alzheimer's is the most common form of dementia, there are many, many different forms of dementia. And that is the most common. But individuals with that form, along with those suffering from a stroke or a traumatic brain injury and so on, also have kind of the same causes and the same side effects and so on, and they relate the same way. Okay, bye-bye. They relate the same way, and so it's a great support group even for those people that are suffering in those manners as well. So Club Prior provides a very safe and kind of a homey feeling. It's a very safe and non-threatening environment for them to be able to come in. And the way that Club Prior is set up as such is we can offer a huge platform of a structure for Memory Cafe. And that is everything from being able to just sit down and have a conversation in a group. We're able to, because of the space, we're able to divide out the various forms of dementia that we see, because we may not see the same people all the time. And each month we may see other people, you know, every different every month. We can kind of divide them out, and we can work with this group over here that may have this form of the disease, or maybe this group over here has more of a progressive, you know, state. So, you know, these guys might not be as interested in coloring, for instance, as, you know, this group may be. They may be more into just talking about getting started and noticing the signs of, whereas these guys are definitely in the advanced stages of. So the way the room is set up is we have tables and so on that are separate, that we're able to do something like that, and we're staffed, and you know, to be able to do that. The other thing that we have is we have a great kitchen that we're able to use to create kitchen projects. So we can ice cookies, and you know, we can create any kind of a foodie type of an item that they love to cook. Just even the steps of making toast is a big deal for somebody that has dementia. You know, going through that step of pulling bread out of a bag and seeing bread and then having the end result as buttered toast with jam, that is a huge step for them to get from here to there. So again, to have that kitchen is a big deal. And then, of course, we have the backside of Club Prior, which is an exercise room. So we're able to sit down and have a game of volleyball with them, or, just toss a balloon with them, or, sit down in a chair and do some leg lifts with them. So we actually have that space to be able to work with them on an exercise basis. So that's fantastic. So that's what I love about this. And Club Prior also has great furniture and so on, such as a recliner and a sofa. Again, so it's a very homey feeling.
So do you have to have somebody certified to come in and help you? Or
we don't have to, but we do have some people that are. We have a great sponsor for Memory Cafe, and that kind of will get down into our funding question, but we have a sponsor from Augustana Region, and they actually will bring in some of their trained professionals from their site when and if we need them, to have maybe a speaker 1 month or something to work with them. So, yeah.
How often do you have the Memory Cafe?
Every month. So it's the second Tuesday of every month from 3:30 to 4:30.
Do you see it ever become more?
I do, absolutely. Once the journey of these families have accepted the fact that this is the route that we're walking, and they've accepted the fact that they have this disease, and they understand that it's not going to get any better, and that we've started down this path, and it's either going to be a long path or it's going to be a short path. But either way, we're walking it, and we need somewhere to walk it together with somebody. It definitely is it's a disease in which you need to walk somebody with. And talk to somebody, because it's a devastating disease. It's a very hard disease to go through alone. Yeah.
How many people do you have showing up now?
Each month we get more and more and more. So we actually started out, there are actually over 800 right now registered cafes nationwide, and Club Prior started our cafe back in May of 2019, and it's open to everyone, and we are now up to about 8 or 9 people that are showing up consistently that that are here. And when we first started, we didn't have anybody the first month, and then so we're like, okay, how can we kick this off? And then more and more once the word is getting out. And we actually have our neighbor, Shakopee, that has a great memory cafe. And so we have decided to partner together and work together, and that has helped bring numbers up too. So
Well, sometimes people go to Shakopee and then come here?
They will, because we have staggered our cafes, which has been fabulous. Yeah.
I think I've covered everything, or have I not?
The only thing was, the funding piece of it, and it's funded a few different ways. One is from donations from supporters. That's one of the main ways. We do have an Amazon wish list of things that we would like to acquire for our cafe, and people can go on to Amazon and pull down our wish list and then purchase the items that they like, and then they can have it shipped directly to us. And those items are things like just simple, color books and markers and some tactile things that we like to set out on the table, so that when they arrive, that's one of the first things they grab, are things that they just want to work with their hands and so on. So just to get them comfortable and loosened up. Those are big deals in a cafe. And so that kind of helps us with that. And then 2, through a very generous grant that we received from SHIP, which is Statewide Health Improvement Partnership. They gave us a grant to help us out with some memory kits that we are actually putting together with the library. And caregivers can actually check those out on a monthly basis. and they are designed to have both activities and resources in there for both the one with dementia, and then the other one is for the caregiver. So the caregiver can learn about the disease and the level of the disease that their loved one is in, as well as activities, so that that kit can be just put on the coffee table of their loved one. And then, like, if grandchildren show up, you know, for the week or a night or whatever, they can just pull that kit open and do something with their loved one that is at their level. And so it gives them something to do, something that they can relate with grandma or grandpa, you know, or mom or dad even. So it's a great, great kits that we're working on. And then 3, we have a great, our cafe is actually sponsored by Augustana Regent of Burnsville. And so they help us out each month with bringing treats for the cafe, or any items, like if we run a special event that month, if we have a themed cafe, they'll help us out with that. So, yeah.
Perfect.
So that's our memory cafe at Club Pryor.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks, Dave.
I think that's awesome.
All right.